Hey, welcome back to Downgrid Survival. Today we're talking about this Avid Armor Chamber Vacuum Sealer. So let's just jump right into it. Now I purchased this with my own money several months ago, and I've been using it and decided I wanted to do a video about it. So I contacted Avid Armor, and they were nice enough to go ahead and provide a 10% off discount code, which I'll put a link to in the description below. But let's talk about this chamber sealer for just a moment, because there's a couple of things I really like and a couple of things I don't care for so much, and I want you to be an informed buyer. Now this is the USV32 model. It's currently the largest model that they have. They do have a smaller model, and they have another brand new product that's out on the market right now that I haven't had a chance to really review and take a look at too closely. But this one is large enough for most people's needs. If you're going to be vacuum sealing large amounts of dry goods such as rice and beans and potato flakes and those kind of items, this has been outstanding. Over the last several months, my family and I, we've put away about 400 pounds worth of those items plus a few others, and we largely use this chamber vacuum sealer to do it. So let's get in a little closer. Let me show you a couple of things. So a couple of things about the outside features are it's got these little grab handles here on both sides that allow you to easily pick it up and move it around. It is kind of heavy, so just be aware of that. On the back side here, we do have the on-off switch as well as the plug that you plug the power cord into. And then of course on this side you have another grab handle. Now on the front, the control panel is pretty simple. Right here we have a gauge that tells us what the negative pressure is inside the chamber. We have a little display here that tells us the vacuum time. And we can set this, okay, anywhere from 20 seconds to 99 seconds. You can set how long the vacuum chamber or the vacuum is taking place to remove any air inside there. I've found that the minimum at 20 seconds is fine for most Mylar bags and even quart-sized jars. I'm able to expel all the air. Over here on this display right here, this is the seal time, and this is 1 through 9. So you have a setting 1 through 9, and it determines how long the little electric seal is pressing down on like Mylar bags or vacuum seal bags. For Mylar bags that are thicker, I use the 7 mil bags. I've got this turned up to, I believe it's setting number 7 or 8. And that's been enough to seal those really thick Mylar bags. So that works out just fine. Over here we do have a bright red cancel button. If something happens and you want to stop the process, you can hit cancel. But to get the process started, and I'll show you that in just a moment, you just hit the auto vac and seal button. So once you get your bag in place, you hit the auto vac seal button. It automatically starts expelling the air, and once the air is expelled, it starts sealing the bag. Nice and simple. Or it does have an option here where you can only seal the bag. For instance, you have a bag, you threw some oxygen absorbers in it, and you just want to seal the bag, you don't want to use the vacuum part, you can just hit the seal button and it'll activate the heating element in there and seal the bag for you. It does have a marinate option here for cooking. That's something I haven't used, so I can't even talk to that. Now up here on top, you'll notice that we do have tempered glass, and it's got this nice big window here that allows you to see down inside the chamber, so you can see, kind of monitor what is happening inside there. I like that the lid is slightly rounded so that when there's that negative pressure in there, it's nice and strong and this doesn't cave in. Lift this up out of the way, and as you can see, it's a stainless steel inside, which makes it easier for you to keep nice and clean. In case you're wondering, you can use both a 2-quart size bag in here, fits nicely, and also a 1-gallon size bag will fit in here just nicely in order to seal up those Mylar bags. Or if you're interested in doing quart size jars, you can put 3 quart size jars in here to seal those up, and it fits just fine. Now here's a video of Devin when he was using the machine when we were packaging up all those dry goods we had. And you'll see here, he had to lift up this hold down bar. You want to get that out of the way. And then you simply open up the bag to make sure it stays open. You get it into place, and then you push down that hold down bar, which kind of holds the bag, keeps it from wiggling around, and then close the lid. Now when you hit the start button, it'll immediately start to vacuum out the air, and you'll notice for a couple of seconds there he kept his hand on the lid. You want to do that. You want to make sure it creates a good seal immediately. Otherwise what happens is it starts sucking in air through the lid if it's not sealed, and then it's just not going to, process isn't going to complete. Now as the timer's counting down here, all the air is being removed from inside the chamber. It's being removed from inside the bag. You don't immediately see the bag shrinking up, but all the air is being expelled right now. Now all the air is gone, so now the heating element is sealing the bag. So now the bag is all sealed up. There's no air in the bag. Then when the process is complete, it allows all the air to get back into the chamber, and it's the pressure of having all that air inside the chamber that causes the bag to finally collapse at that point. So as you can see, the chamber sealer, I mean, it works really, really well. It expels all the air. In fact, when I asked Avid Armor, is there still a need to put oxygen absorbers inside the bags, they said no, absolutely not, because all the air is completely removed at that point. So you know, that's a plus. You can save on oxygen absorbers. But here's a tip for you, and here's something I started thinking about. If I'm going to fill, say, a gallon-sized bag with product, at some point I'm going to open this bag up and I'm going to use probably just part of the product, and then I'm going to want to be able to seal it back up again. For that reason, I've decided to go ahead and put fresh oxygen absorbers in the bag, even though we're going to immediately suck out all the air and seal it. That way there will always be a fresh absorber in here that's not used, so that first time that I open up the bag, take some of the product out and seal it, I've got a fresh absorber in there that'll help remove the oxygen so that the remaining contents inside the bag will continue to remain fresh. Certainly if you're going to be packaging smaller quantities and smaller bags, you know, that may not be necessary. That's for you to decide. Now in the beginning I said that there's a couple of things that I really didn't care for. It's really just one thing that I don't care for so much, and that is if you're going to vacuum seal something that is kind of delicate or something that could crush, maybe last night's dinner, whatever it may be, what we found is even on the very lowest setting, the vacuum chamber is so strong and it takes out all the air and creates such a negative pressure in here that at the end of the process, when that bag shrinks up, it tends to crush whatever's inside if it's something that's delicate. It's going to kind of flatten it out a little bit, crush it, it's going to shrink it down. And so for some items, it may not be appropriate to use this chamber sealer. But hey, other than that, you know, it works great. And I'm happy to have it, and like I said, we've already processed several hundred pounds of dry goods. There's one other thing I will mention too. So let's say, for instance, you're doing pasta. This happens to be Quaker oats. But let's say you're doing macaroni noodles or something that's got really hard and firm, that's not going to crush, but something that could have a sharp edge on it, like the edge of the noodle could be nice and pointy and kind of sharp. One thing that I noticed is sometimes when the bag seals up and it shrinks down like this, you got these really sharp little points poking around. And so there could be items such as macaroni that doesn't do real good because you're at risk then of maybe puncturing the bag. In fact, we had one that fell off the table onto the floor, and that's all it took for a sharp noodle to actually poke through the bag, and then that bag was ruined and we had to do it again. And again, like I said, aside from that, love the machine, works great, happy to have it. We'll continue using it for all my beans and rice and other products such as that. And hey, you know what? If you're interested, I'm going to go ahead and drop that affiliate link down below. It is an affiliate link, so if you were to make a purchase, it does support this channel. There is a discount code below that you can use. It'll get you 10% off on any of the products on their website. If you have any questions about this or anything about my YouTube channel here, go ahead and drop it in the comment section below and I'll try to get right back to you. If you get value out of this video, please consider giving me those thumbs up. That really helps us to grow this channel. And until next time, I'm going to go ahead and throw up a couple of videos right here I think you'll enjoy. If you click on those, I'll see you over on the other side. Thanks for watching.